What's going on, guys? My name is Sakha, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about if insurance is a good career path for you. If you're watching this video, you might be considering a new career in insurance. And a little bit about myself is I started this career path for me about 5 years ago, where prior to that I was in banking for about 7 years, moving on up the corporate ladder. I absolutely hated corporate America, and I always had this desire to start my own business. So I cashed out my 401k from there and just jumped in cold turkey, cold feet, cold everything, knew nothing about insurance, didn't have any insurance experience, didn't have any ownership experience, and just jumped right in. But I knew I had a good buddy of mine that started in the industry and was going to teach me kind of the ropes and everything. And fast forward to today, we've grown to 2 offices. I want to get a third, about $5 million in premium, and I'm absolutely loving this industry. But again, for you, if you're watching this, you might be considering either starting your own office, working for a different office or an agency, or selling any sort of insurance, just as a good career path for you. And today I want to give you 5 pros and 5 cons to give you, so that way you have a clear understanding of if this industry is going to be good for you. So if this is your first time tuning into my channel, do me a huge favor and subscribe, where I talk all things insurance, entrepreneurship, and self-development. And follow me on all my social media platforms as well. Comment if you have any other further questions, and let's get started. All right, so I'm going to share the pros and cons. I'm going to go first pro, con, pro, con, pro, con. So it's not just all pros and then all cons. So the first pro in the insurance industry is that there is usually an unlimited earning potential, meaning that if you want to make 6 figures, if you want to make 150K, if you want to make 200K, you can. But you can also extremely suck at this and not make any money and you know, be on the chopping block, be on the hot seat, you know, during your however long career stint that you are in the insurance industry. But I'm here to tell you guys that there's unlimited earning potential for those that want it. And a little bit about my background in banking, I was there for 7 years. I was a good employee. I was a hard-working individual. I worked my way up the ranks. I was patient. I was always top 10, top 15 in sales when I was in my final couple years in business banking. And I will tell you that I didn't earn that much. And what I mean by that is I would have earned, like, I have employees today that make more than I made in my 7th year of banking. In my 7th year of banking, you know, you have a decent hourly wage or an annual salary, but their commission structure sucked. I'm just going to be honest. And I didn't have this unlimited earning potential, meaning that if I wanted to make 6 figures, I had to become a manager, or I had to keep on working up the ranks and playing politics and all that jazz. And I just wasn't willing to do that, so I quit banking. You should understand that you are going to get what you put into this industry, and that there is an unlimited earning potential. It's going to really come down to you and your ability to be resourceful and to make it happen. And if you want to learn how to make it happen while you're in this industry, I drop a ton of videos. I just dropped a video on how to make 100K as a property and casualty agent, so be sure to watch that if you'd like. But that's the first pro, is that you're in control. If you want to make a lot of money, you can. Which leads me to the con. The first con of this industry is that in most cases, it's commission-based work. And so the pro is also the con, which I kind of alluded to, is that you have the ability to control how much you make. And in some situations, that's not good for some people. They're going to come in and be like, it didn't work out for me, and talk crap about the industry, when in reality, it's just a reflection of themselves and their ability to make it happen, and they weren't a good fit, and that's okay. Maybe they're meant to go do something else. But in a lot of cases, every position, every insurance office, every position's predicated on how much money is being made within the company, and then that's what determines how much each individual makes. Even if you're on the service side, even if you're as a manager, everything is based on commission and how much the agency or insurance office sells. And so that's the first con, is that it is commission-based work. Pro number 2 is that you are in a noble profession, and people, for the most part, respect what we do. We're kind of like middle of the pack. Like, people don't hate us, but they don't love us either. We're kind of just like right there in the insurance space. And I would argue that we're not hated like, you know, car salesmen. They have that stigma of people don't like dealing with car salesmen, that they're sharks and things like that. Timeshare salespeople, they have that stigma as well. You know, nightclub promoters, you know, we're here in Vegas, so nightclub promoters have that stigma as well. In our profession, we're doing a good thing. We're protecting people, right? And we're giving them the right coverages. We're selling them life insurance. In some cases, we're giving people health insurance. And it's a respected piece of work, I would say, that, you know, you come into this industry knowing that you're going to be doing something that's right for people, and that's properly protecting them from literally like the worst case scenario. And as you see in life, like, crazy things happen. All sorts of crazy things happen, and if you're not properly protected, you know, you can put yourself in a really bad position. What we do as insurance agents is put people in positions to protect them from those worst case scenarios, those really feared scenarios where maybe you rear end somebody in a car, or maybe you know, somebody in your family, you know, unfortunately passes away, and we protect them with life insurance, so on and so forth. But insurance agents, this industry, we're not hated. I wouldn't say that we're necessarily loved or celebrated, but we're not hated, and that's what makes this work, in my opinion, fulfilling, and that's what makes it fun for me and enjoyable. Okay, con number 2 is that 80% of this is over the phone, and I wouldn't say that this is necessarily a negative, because in 2020, 2021, everything's becoming virtual, and a lot of what we do is over the phone. I mean, everything. Nobody wants to deal with people anymore, right? Like, Amazon is blowing up. All these services that, you know, getting food delivered to you, Grubhub, that's the new way of doing business, is convenience. And so you do have to become really effective and really, really good over the phone. And some people don't like that. Some people like to work with in-person, you know, some people like that in-person interaction. And what we do, 80% of it, I will tell you, is over the phone. And some people might view that as a negative. Some people might view that as a positive. I just have to put it in one of the categories. Pro number 3 is that it's super easy to get started in the insurance industry. It's so easy to get into here. And this is the reason why. You take a couple, you study for maybe 2 to 3 to 4 weeks. If you are studying for your property and casualty test, I did drop a video, 2 of them, on how to study for them. So go ahead and check them out. I'll put the links in the bio. But it's super easy to get started in selling insurance into this industry. And that's what makes it such a top career change, you know, choice whenever people change industries. It's because, one, everybody knows about insurance. It's not sexy per se, but it's super easy to get into. And if you're good at it, and you become good at it, you can make great money. And so that's pro number 3, is that it's easy to get started. You will just literally start studying for, it's all done online. You'll start studying for the material. Takes 2 to maybe 4 weeks to get prepared for it. You take the test in person, and then boom, you're licensed. And a lot of agencies that you apply to usually pay for the licensing and pay for that process. You just got to put your thinking caps on and just study your faces off. I've had a girl pass her property and casualty test within 6 days. It was pretty unbelievable, if you ask me, but it's easy to get started. It's easy to get into. Con number 3 is that it's boring work. I kind of alluded to it already. It's unsexy work. We're just, like I said, we're not hated, we're not loved. We show up, we make phone calls, we really drive sales, we take care of people's billing. It's just boring work, and it's not like, you know, in 2021 nowadays, there's YouTubers, there's people traveling the world, there's people doing all this crazy stuff. People get paid to do all this miraculous and you know, fun stuff. What we do is sell insurance, right? It's required by law. We sell pieces of paper that say, hey, you're covered. We sell protection, and it's just boring stuff. But there's a lot of money to be made. It offers, you know, I'm going to go into a couple other pros and cons, but it's fulfilling, I would say. Boring, not sexy work, but it's fulfilling. And if you guys follow me on my social media, I make this industry as fun as possible. I make funny videos. I dress up as, you know, Progressive from Flo from Progressive, as the Geico Lizard, Mayhem from Allstate. I try to get fun with it and just make it an interesting and entertaining industry. And that's how I market myself. But it's boring stuff, and so you're going to have to find the joy in it each and every day. And so that's con number 3. Pro number 4 is that this industry gives you such a great work-life balance. And let me explain, okay? When I was working in banking, there was insurance agents that would come and make their deposits, and I would get to know them and just connect with them. And these guys had the most calm attitudes. They were just so chill, and they weren't stressed. They had money in their bank accounts, right? I knew they were living good. They just had this calm demeanor to them, and I knew that they had work-life balance, that they got to spend time with their family, that they got to travel places. And that's honestly why I got started in the industry, is because I looked at my buddy Will, and I just saw the life he was living. He was taking trips to Hawaii, taking his mom there. He was earning incentive trips. He was, not stressed about money. He just had this demeanor about him that when I quit my career in banking, I was like, I want that. I want a piece of that. And so this industry allows you the work-life balance that you so choose, as long as you're doing what you need to do and you're getting work done while you're there. When you clock out, you get to clock out, and you get to be present, in whatever it is that you're doing. And for me, even starting this YouTube channel is my side hustle. So I tell my employees all the time that, hey guys, you're here from 8:30 to 5:30. As soon as you get off, you have time. I don't want you thinking about work. I want you guys have time to go figure out your side hustles, to go do whatever it is that you want to do. Go work on your passion projects. Go start a Turo side hustle, right? Go start an Amazon automation store. Do whatever you want, network marketing, I don't care. But while you're here, give me 100%. And when you're not here, be with your family, right? When you're not here, be where your 2 feet are. And that's what I love about this industry. Probably the biggest pro is that the work-life balance that you get is second to none. I don't know very many industries that give you that, and in the insurance industry, it's probably the best for that. Con number 4 is that most agents are gonna fail. It's not for everybody. I hire plenty of people, I think they're gonna be amazing, and then either they quit or they get fired, or they're just not a good fit. Agents that I started with, right, when I went to training to learn how to become an agency owner and everything we were gonna do, a lot of them have tapered off and fallen off, or sold their business, or quit, or got terminated, their contracts terminated, or all sorts of different things. And a lot of agents fail. I'm not sure the exact statistics. Some say it's 90% of agents fail within 2 years. I can say that it's not for everybody, but for those that it is for, you will find great joy in this. But just know that even if you do fail at this industry, give it a shot, because you do have an opportunity to learn a lot. And I don't believe that any failure is a true failure. I think that there's a lesson to be learned in every walk of life. And so if that is you and you're trying out this industry, learn from it, right? Give it 100%. And if it doesn't work out, take the lessons and take that into the next thing, because that's going to help strengthen and really help you crush whatever's next on your agenda and whatever's next in your journey. So that's the con number 4, is that most agents are going to fail. Pro number 5 is job security. Fortunately for us, this is essential work. And as you guys know, 2020 was last year. The current year is 2021. We know that, unfortunately, this is of importance in today's day and age, because we just don't know what's going to be deemed essential, what's going to be deemed unessential, non-essential, and we don't know who's going to get laid off and who's going to be allowed to work, and it sucks. But this is essential work. Insurance industry isn't going anywhere. Fortunately, through everything that happened last year in 2020, we were growing, if anything. All my employees still had jobs. We were growing. We were in a position to really dominate while everyone else was working from home and either not working, and they were home answering their phones and things like that. You have job security in the insurance industry because it's not going anywhere, and that's what pro number 5 is that you ain't got to worry about it. You will be making your money, and you're going to be good no matter what happens in the world. And con number 5 is that this is an ever-changing industry, And to be honest, with the right mindset, this isn't even a con, but this industry is ever changing, right? It's the one thing you can guarantee in life, that change is constant. And if you don't adapt to change, you're gonna fail no matter what you do. This isn't really exclusive to the insurance industry. In my days in banking, there were plenty of changes. And it was always like, well, why are they doing this? Like, why is that change happening? And if you don't change or adapt, you're gonna lose. Look at Blockbuster, right? They got overtaken by, Netflix and so on and so forth. I don't really have to go into too many examples, but change is certain. It's always gonna happen, and so you do have to adapt to change. I just had to give, a fifth con to this industry, because in my last 5 years, there have been some changes, and the employees that haven't adapted, or the insurance agents that haven't adapted to them, they usually get left behind. So that's con number 5, is that this is an ever-changing industry. So there you guys have it, guys. Those are my 5 pros and my 5 cons to the insurance industry. And if this is a good career path for you, I hope you guys got some value out of it. If you did, do me a huge favor, destroy the like button, and be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms as well. I appreciate you guys for watching. Peace.